Such a lot happened last week that I thought we would just run through some of the things to remember and some of the things to look out for. Now, early in the week, this little fellow came into the school, and in the junior school, you will have seen this lamb. What a lovely thing it was to have to come in. And we saw it feeding, and it was just lovely to have a little animal like this come in to be shared at school. It was a week where the pool was opened, and although Friday was a very wet day, it's open for swimming, and we had a couple of classes that were brave enough to go in and try out the pool. The water's actually quite warm, although with the rain it cools down a little bit, but hopefully next week it will be nice and warm and we can think about swimming for the new year. It's been quite sunny, and it's mean that hats have been out and hats have been left out and hats have been lost. Here's a whole bin full of hats that have been lost just in the last week or so. Remember to pick your hats up. I actually have a little machine. If you need your hat fixing on so you don't lose it, come and see me. We've talked about sand, and there's still little beaches turning up in various places around the school. Remember, the sand belongs in the sandpit. The goals. Well, this is a good news story. Remember, we talked about the goals some time ago, and how the nets on the goals are tied on with plastic ties, and how that when you swing on them, they snap and break. Well, I haven't had to fix the nets for several weeks, which means that you're not swinging on the nets and they're staying in good condition. So that's excellent news, and thank you very much for looking after the nets. We had a fire engine come in this week, and we had a look around. It turned on the siren and sounded the horn. They used the hoses and squirted the back of the hall. It was very exciting to see this important part of our community. You see at the front there, it's got fire written back to front, so that when you're driving in front of a fire truck and you look in your rear vision mirror, you can see the word the right way around, and you know there's a fire truck coming. Call 111 is the message on the side there. And we had Athletics Day on that same day. In fact, the fire truck came, and above the hall you can see some of the spray. You can see some of the spray up there from the hose of the fire truck. But the Athletics Day was a great day, running, jumping, throwing, and more running. The Magnolia grandifloras are beginning to come out this week. You can see one there above my head, other buds over here. These are the big white flowers. Grandiflora means big flower, and so they're there for us to see. They fall off quite a bit, and sometimes they find themselves in places where they probably shouldn't be. Here's some petals from a Magnolia grandiflora in the sink, in the drain. Probably better not to do that. Leave them on the ground where they belong. It's a lovely time of the year. The growth is all lush. You can see the new growth on the kauri up there. The fig tree has got its new leaves on, and even the pūtakawa is beginning to blossom. And there's a very unusual one, this one. It's got one branch that's come out in flower while the rest of the tree is waiting. So we're expecting over the next few weeks some lovely flowers and leaves to continue coming out around the school. And of course, we've had a book sale in the from the library in room 12. The books have been laid out there. I've been in myself a couple of times and had a look around, and there's some very interesting books and entertaining books in there. So make the most of the opportunity and grab a couple of books at the book sale. I found one by Margaret Mahi, some poems that she read, and I thought we'd finish with a limerick from that book. It's called My Sister, and it goes like this. My sister's remarkably light. She can float to a fabulous height, It's a troublesome thing, but we tie her with string and we use her instead of a kite.